Dear students, in the previous class, we saw a general introduction to molecular spectroscopy. I had mentioned about different kinds of spectroscopic techniques, and rotational spectroscopy is one among them. So today, let me give you a brief introduction to rotational spectroscopy. As the name implies, rotational spectroscopy is the study of transitions between rotational energy levels in the molecules. Let's recall what is rotational energy. It is the energy possessed by the molecule by virtue of its rotation about an axis passing through its center of gravity. Okay, so rotational spectroscopy is concerned with transitions between rotational energy levels in the molecules by absorption of radiation in the microwave region. And hence, this is also known as microwave spectroscopy. In this table, you can see the region of the electromagnetic spectrum which corresponds to the microwave radiations. The wavelength ranges from 1 centimeter to 100 micrometers, or the wave number is 1 to 100 centimeter inverse. In terms of frequency, it ranges from 3 into 10 raised to 10 to 3 into 10 raised to 12 Hertz. And in terms of energy, it ranges from 10 to 1000 joules per mole. So when a molecule absorbs radiations in the microwave region, then there occurs transitions between rotational energy levels in the molecules, and the molecule will produce a rotational spectrum. The absorption of microwave radiation causes heating due to increased molecular rotational activity. Rotational spectroscopy is only really practical in the gas phase where the rotational motion is quantized. In solids or liquids, the rotational motion is usually quenched or hindered due to collisions between their molecules. So we can obtain pure rotational spectra only for gases, while pure rotational spectra cannot be obtained for solids or liquids because the rotational motion is hindered due to collisions between their molecules. Now the next question is, will all molecules show rotational spectrum? All molecules cannot show rotational spectrum. There are certain conditions that the molecules must meet in order to produce a rotational spectrum. The condition is that the molecules must have a permanent dipole moment. Now let's recall what is dipole moment. It occurs when there is a separation of charge. That is, when atoms in a molecule share electrons unequally, there occurs a separation of charge and create what is called a dipole moment. One of the most common example is a water molecule, H2O, made up of one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. The differences in electronegativity and lone electrons give oxygen a partial negative charge and each hydrogen a partial positive charge. So there occurs a separation of charge. Okay. Since there is a partial negative and partial positive charge, we can also say that dipole moment is a measure of polarity of the molecule. So this is about dipole moment. Now we saw the condition that only molecules with a permanent dipole moment show rotational spectrum. Now let's see how such molecules produces a rotational spectrum. During the rotation, the dipole moment will oscillate and generate an electric field which can interact with the microwave radiation. Microwave radiation is an electromagnetic radiation consisting of both electric and magnetic fields. So the oscillating dipole generates an electric field which interacts with the electric component of the microwave radiation, and the molecule will absorb microwave radiation, and that absorption of energy induces transition between the rotational energy levels and produces a rotational spectrum. And this is a figure of a polar diatomic molecule showing the variation in the dipole moment measured in a particular direction during the rotation of a polar diatomic molecule. So this oscillating dipole will induce an electric field which can interact with the electric component of the microwave radiation, and thus the microwave radiation is absorbed by the molecule, which in turn induces transitions between rotational energy levels and produces a rotational spectrum. Now let's see some examples of molecules. The molecules with a permanent dipole moment are generally polar molecules. Okay. So rotational spectra is shown by gaseous polar molecules like HCl, HBr, H2O, CO, NO, etc. HCl, HBr, CO, NO are all heteronuclear diatomic molecules. So such molecules are microwave active. The molecules which show rotational spectra are called microwave active. Okay. Now the non-polar molecules like H2, Cl2, N2O2, etc. These molecules does not have a permanent dipole moment, and hence such molecules are microwave inactive. So usually homonuclear diatomic molecules H2, Cl2, N2, etc. So these are all homonuclear diatomic molecules which does not have a permanent dipole moment, and such molecules are microwave inactive. Now you have an assignment question. Can CO2 molecule, carbon dioxide molecule, show a rotational spectrum? Just remember the condition for a molecule to show rotational spectrum. The molecule must have a permanent dipole moment. Okay. So check whether CO2 has a permanent dipole moment or not. Think about the symmetry of the CO2 molecule. CO2 is a polyatomic molecule having 2 oxygen and 1 carbon atom. Just think about its symmetry and check whether it has a permanent dipole moment or not, and find out the answer. In the next class, we will see about the energy of a rotating diatomic molecule. Thank you.